Hey, we want to talk about one of the most iconic films of the 1990s, and now the musical version of The Bodyguard. It's right here in Kansas City, and the talented Judson Mills is taking on the role made famous by Kevin Costner. Good morning.
Good morning.
And thank you for being here.
Good morning, Kansas City.
We're really happy to have you here.
We're happy to be here. Thank you.
What's it like taking on the role played by Kevin Costner in one of the biggest hits of the 90s?
It's hard. I'm a huge Kevin Costner fan. That movie is a really iconic and really well-established kind of a film. And it's a very, the way it's played in the movie is very simple and very quiet and very stoic. And on stage, sometimes that doesn't translate as well. So it's been challenging trying to keep the honesty to the character alive and the trueness to the piece there. And remain entertaining and engaging to the people in the 25th row.
How do you pair the stoic, strong, internalizing everything, Kevin Costner, with someone who's you're singing on stage, right?
I have one song.
Okay.
And it's in a karaoke bar. And there's, I would call some comedic relief in there. So I'm not going to tip our hand any further than that.
Okay.
But yeah, Bodyguard doesn't sing. That was one of the selling points when my friend Alex called and asked if I wanted to do it.
The guy who wrote the book.
The guy who wrote the book, yes, was my college roommate, Alex Dinelaris, who wrote Birdman as well. He was my college roommate, and when they couldn't cast the role, he called and asked if I'd be interested, blah, blah, blah. So we put some stuff on an iPhone, and it worked out.
How many times have you seen The Bodyguard, the movie?
Maybe half a dozen. Not a whole lot of, I mean, you know.
Was this in the theater when it came out in the 90s, or was this recently as you're
I saw it when it came out, and then more recently, they have it on every once in a while, and you get a chance to take a look at it. But I've watched it specifically a couple of times in the last year.
Within the last year?
Yeah, well, we've been doing this about a year, 9 months or something like that.
Can you tell us about Deborah Cox, because she takes on
Wonderful,
Whitney Houston's role? One, how do you recreate the chemistry, which was phenomenal between those two? Two, what pressure on her to take on Whitney Houston's role?
Yeah, sure. One of the reasons, Deborah was one of the reasons I signed on. We got really lucky. We had chemistry right away, and that's one of those things that's difficult to fake. We didn't get to meet during the audition process, so we met the first day of rehearsal. And luckily, we have great chemistry, and so that wasn't difficult. She's a great human being. She had a wonderful family. Her kids come out to her husband. They come out to the while we're on tour, and it's been a lot of fun getting to know her. And I have a tremendous amount of respect for her work ethic and how she conducts herself.
Okay, Judson. So you gained your fame.
Yes.
Working with Chuck Norris.
You might say
or
that.
Maybe Chuck Norris worked with you on the legendary Walker, Texas Ranger. So we have some hard-hitting Chuck Norris questions for you. Is it true Chuck Norris counted to infinity twice?
I would venture to say maybe half a dozen times. I remember a couple myself. So
you remember a couple?
Sure.
Is it true when Chuck Norris was born, he drove his mom home from the hospital?
You've obviously never driven around with Chuck Norris.
Okay, what's he like in real life? You have him on your phone. You have his number programmed in.
I do. He hasn't texted me back. I texted him earlier
I made him.
Yes.
I made him text Chuck Norris.
He was great. I mean, Chuck is very much, what you see is kind of what you get. He's a very soft-spoken.
Really?
Yeah, he's a very, very simple kind of down-home kind of guy. You know, he was a wonderful friend to me, and people often want, funny stories and juicy stuff, and he's kind of just a good, soft-spoken guy,
Sweet?
Yes, very soft. Yeah, very soft-spoken, very sweet.
He does do push-ups with the earth, though.
Yes, he pushes the earth away from him. The boogeyman checks under his bed for Chuck Norris every night.
See, I knew you had a couple of those ready to go.
It's my favorites.
Judson Mills, thank you so much.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Come see us, Kansas City.
Can't wait to see it. It's going to be fantastic. The Bodyguard runs now through August 13th at Starlight Theater. It is a fantastic venue. You gotta go. For ticket information, call 816-363-STAR or visit kcstarlight.com.